What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Kev coming to you with another video. I just want to tell you, I mean, the last 10 minutes of this Sunday night, man, it has been incredible. I mean, as me being a fan of the underdog, these last 10 minutes has been incredible. I mean, I go from seeing Jinder Mahal become the new WWE champion to the Boston Celtics, who were ran through, beaten, mauled, any word you can imagine. There's a whole lot of other words I can't say it on YouTube, but any other word you can imagine right now. I mean, you know, in games 1 and 2, especially game 2, where they lost by 44, they were up by 50. You know, Cleveland was up by 50 at one point. The Boston Celtics go into Cleveland and they come out with a 111-108 win to get back in the series. Series is now 2-1 Cleveland going into game 4 on Tuesday night. And there will be a game 5 in Boston. I mean, this is incredible. I mean, especially learning the news that the Celtics have lost their best player, Isaiah Thomas, to a right hip strain. You know, in the first half of game 2. I mean, it is something about teams that come together when their star player goes down. I mean, you got a young, hungry, gritty group of guys there in Boston, man. I mean, because you looking at the Spurs team, you know, who lost their best player, Kawhi Leonard, and you see the struggles that their other superstar is going through, LaMarcus Aldridge. You know, I mean, you also see the guys stepping up like Manu Ginobili and Jonathan Simmons, but I don't think the Celtics have two guys of that caliber. I mean, 2 guys of LaMarcus Aldridge and Manu Ginobili caliber, but these guys are stepping up. I mean, obviously, you know, you have Avery Bradley, you have Marcus Smart, man. Those 2 guys really led the Celtics tonight, man. Man, this I mean, Marcus Smart getting the start tonight. Marcus Smart. I mean, he's always been that tough, gritty player, man. I remember watching him back at Oklahoma State. Dude is the truth. Dude is the truth, man. And he showed it tonight in his first playoff start. 27 points in for Ninja Thomas. 27 points, 8 of 14 shooting, 7 of 10 from 3-point range. 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Woo! What a game. I mean, that is huge, man. Especially stepping in for Thomas as well. I mean, they were rejuvenated and all of that, man. I mean, they came out with a sense of urgency to start, but then, you know, in the first half, Kevin Love was just on fire. I mean, dude, Love was just Black House, Black House, 3-pointers, Black House, 3-pointers, Black House. You know, just balling in the first half. I need to say something for the finals, dog. Hey, you know how one guy's hot in the first round, then the next round you're like, where is he at? You know, dang, lead, stay, you know, say something for the next round, man. But you know, hey, can't do that, you know. The next round's never promised, although it looked like the first two games. But hey, Celtics made it serious. But like I said, Smart with a career high, 27 points, big game from him. Really big game, really efficient game from him. And then Avery Bradley, we'll get to him later. 20 points, 8 of 23 shooting. Really not a great shooting night, but he hit the shots when they mattered most. I'll tell you that much. Al Horford, he had big buckets down the stretch. 16.7 of 18 shooting, 6 assists, only 2 rebounds, but 6 assists though. He didn't get it done on the boards, but he got it done with his passing. Jay Crowder, 14 points on 14 shots, but he had 11 rebounds. That was kind of opposite there. Like, you know, like Crowder, excuse me, Horford had only 2 rebounds, but Crowder has 11. Something wrong with that, but a big production off the bench from Kelly Olynyk again, 15 points, 5 of 8 shooting, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and then Jonas Jerebko hadn't got much time in this series or in the playoffs period, but he had 10 points off 4 of 4 shooting. Big game from him, 5 rebounds. But like I said, the Celtics got down 20 in the third quarter. The Celtics started hitting shots. Like I said, Smart got hot. You know, Smart really led him in that third quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, down the stretch, Horford hit shots. You know, he got him back in the game. He got hot for a second. Olynyk hit a couple shots. And then late, was J.R. Smith just tied it with a no, he took tied it. I think he tied or took the lead. With a 3-pointer. Jonas Jerebko hit a big 3 to give the Celtics the lead, and then by 2, and then no, I'm sorry, it was a 2-pointer. It was a 2-pointer. He had a foot on the line, and then Cleveland. Oh man, and then I can't even think of this funny meme on TV they got on Inside the NBA. Kyrie comes down and hits the layup. I thought Cleveland was gonna go for 3, and I'm like, please don't go for 3, but they didn't. Kyrie was able to get to the basket, get an easy layup, tie the game 108. But then, with one of the luckiest bounces that you'll ever get on the road, Avery Bradley, a beautiful play design. I forgot who it was. I'm trying to think of who it was. It was, I think it was Jay Crowder. I'm not sure. I think it was Jay Crowder. Smart had the ball at the top of the key. Jay Crowder and Avery Bradley are in the corner. Shumpert and Smith are guarding both of them. And it was a certain play that they ran where Crowder goes baseline because they were in their front court. Crowder goes baseline, probably going to the other corner. Sorry. And then Bradley comes around comes over. They're both in the left corner. Crowder goes baseline to the other corner. And then Avery was coming up to the left wing. For some reason, both J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert, the ex-Knicks, fouled each other, fouled Crowder, which left Avery Bradley open for 3 Like I said, he was 8 of 23 bad shooting, but he hit the shot of the game. Like I said, got one of the luckiest bounces I've ever seen for a guy on the road in that spot. Hits the rim a couple times, hits the rim again, and it falls through with 1/10 of a second remaining, which gives the Celtics the victory, 111-108. Oh, man. I just went over it. 6 guys in double figures for the Celtics, man. Celtic pride was in full effect tonight, man. 6 guys in double figures, big game. I said all of them, a big part in this victory, man. I mean, big ups to them. I'm a LeBron fan, but big ups to the Celtics, man, because they had to come with something big after that Game 2 performance. They had to come out with heart. They had to come out with passion, and they did. They came back. They had heart. They stayed in it. They down by 20. They came back. It looked like it was going to be another blowout. It looked like it was going to be Cleveland with a 3-0 lead, and they came storming back. And they took it from the Cavs. They took it from the Cavs tonight. Cavs, they just other than Love in the first half, seemed like they didn't have it. I'll say Irving. I'll say Irving as well. Irving showed up tonight. Tristan Thompson even had a good game. It was their starters that really carried Cleveland tonight. But, well, before I do that, I just want to get to Kyrie and Love. Kyrie had 29, 10 of 15 shooting, 4 of 6 from downtown, 5 of 5 on the free throw line, 7 assists. That's just a typical Kyrie game. I mean, not typical, but that's just a big Kyrie game. What you expect from Kyrie and what he's shown the last couple of years playing with LeBron. Him being able to score and score a lot. Love. Love had 28 points, 8 of 16 shooting, like 7-3, 13 from the 3-point line. Like I said, huge first half with those threes, man. 10 rebounds. Tristan Thompson had 18. He had another really good game. 18 off 3 of 14 shooting. Only 3 of 4 shooting. He hit 12 of 15 free throws. That's coming from your center. And with all the trouble that big men have shooting free throws, Tristan Thompson, man, that is dynamite. 12 of 15 from the free throw line. The Haggard Thompson didn't work in this one. He had 13 rebounds. Big game. But what I believe is the difference in the night. It hurts because I am a fan of his. A lot of people are fans of his. And a lot of people don't like him. A lot of people hate him. And the people that don't like and hate this man are going to have a field day tomorrow with him. LeBron James, who I and a lot of people consider the best player in the world, after 2 big games in Boston, after 7 straight games with 25 points off 50% shooting, did not come to play tonight. 11 points, 4 of 13 shooting. 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 6 turnovers. So 6-6-6. That's not good. I mean, the last 6 definitely was the issue. 0-4 from 3-point range, 3 of 6 shooting free throws. First of all, LeBron James, there's no way in hell you should only be shooting 6 free throws. You should be shooting 6 free throws in the first quarter. I mean, it just goes back to the 2011 finals for me with this performance of LeBron in this game. It's unacceptable. It's just not unacceptable. I mean, but I guess he was due for a bad game. I guess he was due. I'm just saying. I mean, to be honest, like I said, it was a horrible game by LeBron. It was a horrible game. But really, to be honest, I'm kind of actually glad it did happen now. You know, in the Eastern Conference Finals, and they were up 2-0, and they're still up in the series. Instead of it happening, like instead of say if they advance to the finals and him having a bad game against the Warriors or something like that. I mean, I guess this loss could be a silver lining for this Cavalier team. You know, losing a game, you know, like the sports analysts and like people always say around sports. You know, when you got a hot team, you know, it's always good to take that loss right before the playoffs or right before the finals or right before, you know, whenever. You know, so you know what it feels like, so you can regroup, you can refocus, you know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I really hope that's what this was tonight. Kyle Korver didn't even have a good game. He had 1 of 5 shooting. Yeah, man. Big ups to the Celtics tonight, though, man. Big ups to the Celtics tonight. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better performance out of a team after what happened in Game 2 and after they're losing their best player. Huge performance, man. I big ups to them. Like I said, hopefully this is a it's not silver lining. What do I call it? What do I call it? I call it silver lining. And hopefully this is just one of those things that the Cavs can build on. You know, like I said, it's something that you get that loss out the way. You know, so you can refocus, change up your game plan a little bit. You know, just get back to being the team that you're supposed to be. They can't. Like I said, James came out flat. I mean, obviously, they believed they had the series in hand. A lot of people did. I did. I didn't want to do it, but I mean, after hearing the news, I said Thomas was out. That's what I thought. I mean, after I said Thomas was out, I was like, yeah, they'll fight, but they're not gonna win a game. But big ups to the Celtics tonight, man. Big ups to the supporting cast. Big game for Smart. Big shot from Bradley Beal. Avery Bradley. That's Bradley Beal. Avery Bradley. Big game from big shots from Horford down the stretch. Celtics got it done, man. There's nothing else you can say. But thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you thought about this game. Watching this video, I wish you nothing but positive vibes only. I'm gonna see you in the next video.